Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Trek YT here, or Nick, back at it again with another brand new video. So in today's video, guys, we are going to be touring my first ever Minecraft world. I've been doing YouTube for a little bit over a year now, and I think it's finally time for you guys to see my progress of where I have come from. So this is my original Minecraft world. It was done on the Xbox about a month after it was released. So Minecraft for the Xbox was released, I think, May of 2012. So that means this world was probably started around June, like mid-June of 2012. So that means that this world is about 4.5 years or so old. So that's a pretty old Minecraft world. And you guys can see my progress over 4.5 years of playing Minecraft. I eventually transferred over to the PC, and that is where I currently play now and do everything. But back in the day is when I started on Xbox. So we're gonna do a little world tour. So without further ado, guys, let's enjoy. So I would start things off right about here. So this is my main hub of this world. So I think the world spawn was over there, and I think that when I started off, I walked over this little mountain and I came over to here. So in Minecraft on Xbox, I think the worlds are about 400 by 400. I don't actually know. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it might be 400 by 400. I think it is. But so I spawned over there, and I think I walked over here, discovered this lake, and was like, this lake is awesome. So I ended up basing my entire area around this lake. So to our left is my first ever Minecraft house. This is the first house that I ever built. All this stuff you see around it was kind of like after the fact, but this was my first ever Minecraft house. We're gonna save that to the end of the video so that way you guys can tour that at the very end. So that's the way it's a little bit more special. But I think we're gonna take ourselves a turn to the right, and we're gonna tour some stuff over here. Now, I'm not 100% sure in what chronological order all of this stuff was built. I think this was built closer to the end of I guess this build, so probably late 2012. I think I ended up stopping playing on this world at the beginning of 2013 or the end of 2012. So in here is a little build that I never actually used. So when I was building in this world, I got to this point where I was trying to build things to make my world look cool rather than functional. So even back then I was trying to make things look cool. So we have this little building over here that really has no function. I was just trying to make a little bit of a town. So this is just one example of the builds that I did. So we have this little build back here, and you can even see I was adding depth back in the day. I had like beams in the ceiling trying to add some depth. I probably didn't realize what I was really doing at the time, but realizing now that I actually was kind of getting creative back then, trying to add a different, I guess, thing that not normal people were doing. I guess they were normally doing flat stuff, and I was trying to make things 3D, add depth and stuff like that. Even using these window panes is kind of a creative thing back way in the day. Like, people didn't really use that back in the day. So coming over here, we have a build that I think is more of a functional build. So we're gonna go ahead and come down here. I think this was one of my mines. I think this was like my main mine. So let's go ahead, if we can just drop down. Yeah, down here is where my mine was, I believe. So if we come up here, yeah, this is definitely where my mine was. So I think down, I want to say this tunnel was something pretty cool that I was trying to make back in the day. Now, you gotta remember, this is all in survival back on Xbox. So I was basically a huge noob at Minecraft, and it was in survival, so a lot of this stuff was taking me forever. So this was my slime farm. This never ended up actually working, but this took me so long to dig all this out and then place all of the torches, and I thought that this was like a cool build back in the day. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever, because I had this huge cavern dug out, because this was before creative mode was even in Xbox Minecraft. So I'd never even thought of what creative mode was. So doing big projects like that, like digging big things out, was actually really, really cool back in the day. So we're gonna go ahead and fly back up to the top. So back up to the top, I think we're gonna continue along this pathway. So over here, I remember building this bridge. So back in the day, you could actually play multiplayer on Xbox, but you can only allow a couple of friends on your, I guess, build or your world. So I built this, and everybody thought this bridge was the coolest thing ever, and I even thought it was the coolest thing ever. This was before the glowstone. That was before the glowstone lamps were even in the game, so you only had glowstone, you didn't have redstone lamps. So this was a pretty advanced build for me back in the day. So this made other people like jealous. Like, this little part right here was super creative, and people really love that. Like, all these things were just me experimenting back in the day, and that's kind of where I've like progressed to now. Is I still try to experiment a little bit, and that is kind of how I get better at building, is I try new things, and that kind of really shows that I've progressed so much from then. This is just really weird seeing all this. I had to dust off my Xbox to actually do this video. So over here behind this was my sheep farm. I remember building this. This took me forever. I had to find sheep and then I had to breed them. Then I had to find all the dyes. Oh my god, I remember this. And I don't even think it got us that much. We can actually check the chest. Like, yeah, there's not even that much wool in here, but like this was actually a pretty cool build way back in the day. Like all these things were like, not many people were doing these because I don't even remember when Minecraft was released. I think it was released in 2012 or I meant 2010 or something like that for the PC, but I don't know. I think for Xbox again, I said it was 2012. So all this stuff was pretty relatively new. A lot of the people that were playing were only playing on Xbox, weren't playing on the PC yet. So we come in here. This was my tree farm. This was like a really advanced design for a tree farm. I think it was my own design. I'm not 100% sure, but it was an indoor tree farm. So basically what you would do is you would place the guy down here, the sapling. It would grow up through here and it would only be able to grow so big because it has so much space. So it was a really easy way to get saplings and stuff like that as well, because you could come up here, easily I guess break all these leaves without having to worry about falling because there was actually a floor below it, and then you could just break the trunks afterwards. So that was a pretty advanced, I guess, tree farm design. And I think this was like the second thing I built on here, and then I think I built this sugarcane farm over here. This was also pretty cool. I mean, it was all kind of a little functional, but it was also pretty cool at the same time. So if you can see, this is kind of like a little bit of a view from up here. Like this stuff was probably the stuff that was built first. Then I think stuff over there was probably built. This was definitely built like last. So we can go look at this now. So this was me attempting to make some sort of town. I don't know how it ended up. I clearly didn't finish it, but I think I was just trying to, again, make things look cool. Like I didn't even finish these builds. I think I ran out of materials and I never ended up coming back and fixing it. This is a pretty unique design down here. I mean, I thought I was experimenting. I was like, crafting tables have like a tile kind of design on the top, so I ended up using them as a floor. I don't know. That's kind of a weird thing, but I don't know, just things that I was trying to do back in the day. And here, this is just, they're all the same building, I think. And this is just one of the buildings. I think this is the same thing on the other side. Yes, it is. So it's the same thing over here. So I think we're going to go ahead, fly all the way back over here. I remember building these things right here. These are handmade ponds. I know, they look so realistic, guys. So yeah, this is me back in the day trying to get really fancy, do some terraforming. I added sand all the way around the outside because I thought that would look natural. I don't even know. So I remember building this though. This was something that I was even impressed with. Other people were impressed with. This was my first ever experiment with like a breaking up path or like a broken up path kind of thing. So I placed all these trees, bone mealed them, even put glowstone inside the trees as like a little light source. And then I went all the way through here. None of these trees were custom. I kind of wish I had tried to do custom trees back in the day. That would have been pretty funny, but it was survival mode, so it was kind of like a little bit advanced. So I came over here and I remember building this. This is my fountain. I thought some of these things that I did, I thought were so unique back in the day because most people were building houses like this. Now, I did not actually build this house right here. This house, I'm pretty sure, I want to say was built by I don't even remember who this was built by. This was either built by an IRL friend named John, or it was built by a, I guess, person I met playing Xbox that I don't remember who built this, but this was their design for a house, so it's pretty boxy. This was what at the time most people were building for houses. Very boxy. They had pretty flat roofs, nothing too crazy. And I remember like when I built my house over there, everyone thought it was really, really cool because it wasn't your standard house. It had some depth to it, it had some shape to it rather than just a normal box. So over here, let's walk all the way down the rest of this path. This path, dude, this is actually not a bad path for like a more modern day build. If I had custom trees in here, that would obviously make this build way better, but this path isn't that bad compared to like stuff that's built now. Like I think it's pretty advanced for the time. So over here, what is this place? Oh, I remember what this place is. So this is, I think if I walk all the way down to the bottom, I think this is leading to a spawner. Yeah, this is what it is. So we have this rail car. I remember building this. This was definitely inspired by Etho. I remember building this. This was inspired by Etho. So this is pretty cool back here. This is pretty, all this stuff is so advanced for the time. I'm like, right now making this video, I'm like amazed by myself because all this stuff I built way, way back in the day. How do I get out of here? Oh, there we go. So what is this? This is our skeleton spawner? Yeah, skeleton spawner. So this is our skeleton spawner. I think there's one spawner up there and they would fall down and then you would just kill them manually. So it's like a pretty simple design. Over here had an enchant table. Over here, what's in here? Bones. Oh wow, we had a lot of stuff. What's all the way up there? Wow, what is it? What kind of enchants are on these guys? Power 1, power 1. So Wow, that's pretty cool. Honestly, that's pretty cool. We got an ender chest. Ooh, I'll keep that little secret for the end. I think we'll look inside our ender chest again when we get to the back. They even had anvils back then? Did they work like anvils? I don't think the anvils worked like anvils back in the day. I don't think you could combine stuff back in the day when I was playing, but I think I just put that there as like a design feature. So the design in here is pretty cool. You can see I even have the leaf roof. I still kind of do that, or I have done that in the past, but I think nowadays I would probably make the roof have some more depth. So I would add leaves, but I would make it like certain parts come down farther and some parts go with like holes and stuff like that. So this is actually pretty revolutionary in my opinion. So we're back at our little homeland thing. So I'm going to pull up a map because I'm trying to figure out what other stuff I built in here. So in the bottom left, you can see a little bit of a different discoloration over there. I think that was a village that we found. I'm not exactly sure, but for the most part, I didn't really expand too far out of this little area. I definitely explored the whole world, as you can see on the map, but I never really built anything outside. So there is one thing, though, that I think was built outside of here. Not exactly sure. I think it's over here some way. So let's go all the way over here. If I'm remembering right, there should be a building like right. Yes, there is. So this was another build that I don't even think I did. I think somebody in my world wanted to play and they wanted to expand over here. I think the only thing I built over here though was I think I built this fireplace. Now it's a pretty unique fireplace, but it really, none of this stuff that I'm showing you is actually any good nowadays. But back in the day, I was making moves back in the day. I was changing the game, so I'm pretty sure all these little light posts were even my ideas. Now the house though, I don't think I did any of this house, but I think the person that I was playing with probably took inspiration from me for the roof. I don't actually know. So let's go inside this person's house. Is this carpet or wool? I think it's wool. This is a pretty cool floor down here. They got a little bar type thing over here, a little countertop, a little seating. What's up here? I think this is just like an empty attic with some storage. Yeah, let's see what's in the chest. Nothing much in the chest. So I mean, a lot of these people that played on my, I guess on my world, there's probably like 3 or 4 of them. And back when you played Xbox, people couldn't play on your world unless you were online. So all this stuff was like me playing with friends, and it just brings back so many memories because I remember playing with these people, and I kind of miss playing with these people because I actually think about it, like it's just Minecraft and it's not anything too major. But back in the day, like playing with these people, like I know a lot of people can probably relate to this, people that are probably around my age. Back in the day, Xbox, like you would play, no matter what game you were playing, you would play like hours on the end. Like I remember being up at like 2, 3 in the morning, pulling all-nighters, playing not just Minecraft, playing other games and stuff like that. But like back in the day, like Xbox was my life, and it's not anymore. I haven't played it in forever. This is the first time touching it in several months. So I mean, back in the day, I guess Xbox was just my life, and I remember it was everyone else's life too. So let's go down here. I don't know what this is that we're going to down right. I don't know where we're going right now is basically what I'm saying. So we got some little light sources. I think this might be another mine. I'm gonna assume it's another mine since we're going down. I think this was like a strip mine or something like that. What's in here? Whoa. I don't know what this is. So we're gonna continue to go down. I'm pretty sure it's probably just a mine. So let's get off here. Yeah, it's looking like it's just a mine. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. And yeah, it's just a strip mine, so that's pretty cool. I don't know exactly. Yeah, so back in the day, you had to strip mine. You can still do that nowadays, but in Xbox, you had to strip mine in order to get diamonds. Like you really couldn't find them too well if you weren't strip mining. So this is some dirt. Not too much stuff. What's in here? Nothing too crazy. So we're gonna fly all the way back up to the top, and I think now we're gonna actually tour my original house in Minecraft. Before we go ahead and tour this house, I have an idea, and I think I believe Grian has done the same thing, but I want to bring this, I guess, house, just this house, over into PC Minecraft and then make a video basically revamping this house, turning this house into a more modern house, something that I would build nowadays. So basically, like, I guess changing the house and making it, like, pimping out the house, making it look awesome. So if you guys think that would be a cool idea, let me know down below, and I'll definitely work on that, because I mean, transforming my first house into like a cool house now would be pretty cool. So let's enter into the front doors, and we are greeted by my little, I guess, kitchen area. So this was my idea for kitchens. I would put pressure plates on top of just stone and stuff like that, and then I would use cauldrons, some furnaces, stuff like that to, I guess reenact like what a kitchen would look like. So this was my like cupboards or food storage kind of thing. And then over here, again, with some more food storage. This was my living room. I thought this was a pretty creative design. I made this TV. I believe I actually designed this myself. For all I know, I didn't. I don't remember because this was 4 years ago. So we had a little TV, some little seating around here. But this floor, though, this was all my design. Back in the day, I was the king of pattern floors. I would always change up my patterns. I would make checkered patterns. I would do everything because, you know, back in the day, you didn't really have too much of an idea of what you were doing. So this is kind of what most people did, is they just made little patterns on their floors. So I think we're going to go upstairs before we go downstairs. So upstairs was nothing too major. We had some basic storage that I didn't actually put anything in a lot of my storage. I was a lot of stuff that was just there to make it look like I had more stuff than I really did. So we got a little empty room over here. We got some beds over here, and then I think we have a furnace wall over here. Nothing in the furnaces, and then up here we have ourselves our balcony that looked over the top. Now this was a pretty unique thing to do back in the day. Most people didn't really have parts of their houses that had like protruding parts out of it. So this house is like an L shape, and that was pretty unique. It wasn't your typical square house. Over here was like my master bedroom. I had some pretty, obviously I had some pretty creative walls. I had some melon and pumpkin walls. I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing that. So we got some coordinates over here. I think this was to the stronghold and maybe a zombie spawner or something like that. In here, we've got nothing much in here. This was one of the people that played that with me, KYR Ninja Diffuse. So over here, he's got some golden iron, it appears. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is we're going to head down these stairs and then down these other stairs. And we're going to go down to my main chest room. Now, back in the day, this was like the most OP chest room in my opinion. Like, I thought this was the coolest thing ever. So you come down here, walk in, and boom. This is what my chest room looked like back in the day. It was pretty organized, to be honest with you. Like, everything had their own little home. We had tools and stuff in there. We had like seeds, cactus, stuff like that. We had, everything was organized. I had so much redstone. I remember that we made like 1 million maps for no reason. This was supposed to be, that's where a bunch of random stuff was. We had so much redstone from mining and stuff like that. Like, all this stuff was my stuff. This wasn't like shared stuff. This was all the stuff that I had gotten. So we even put the enchant table down here. Like, this was pretty creative, trying to, I guess, find a creative place to put it. Now, I don't think you could get out of it too easily now that I think about it. I don't know. So up here, and boom. This is a little area down here. So over here, I don't remember what was over here, but I do remember one thing. So this was my trash can. I would throw my trash in there, and I remembered that back in the day, you always had a secret chest. Like, you never not had a secret chest. Now, I had my e-chest right here, but this was before you even added e-chest. So back here was my secret chest. This is where everybody had their secret stuff. So this is where I used to have all my diamonds and stuff like that. So now I guess I had the diamond, I guess, tools in there. But here I used to have all this stuff in there, and now I look pretty rich. Like, this was pretty rich back in the day. Having that many diamond blocks legitly in Minecraft was pretty awesome, to be honest with you. So we're gonna go probably next, we're gonna skip the nether for now, and we're gonna go over here. This was definitely an addition I put on way late in the game. I remember putting this on way back in the day. Like, this wasn't like, this was pretty new. I think this was one of the most recent things I built. When I say recent, I mean like end of 2012 kind of thing. But this was like a pretty, I guess, this was like an addition. I wanted more storage to, again, make myself look richer than I was. None of these chests have anything in them, but it was just the idea to think that I was richer than I was. So pretty unique walls over here. We got some lava that you can see through these, I guess, stones. I think that's pretty unique. Back in the day, it was pretty unique. Had some really weird, I guess, walls over here. I don't know. Everything was kind of weird. I did a lot of weird things, tried to experiment with things, and tried to do things, I think, different than other people. So I'm trying to remember now. I think I had another little thing back here. Now, I don't 100% remember if I did. If I did, it would be back this way. I think there was. I'm going to fly over here. I think it was back here somewhere. There was. I don't remember. What's this guy over here? Let's go ahead, break this guy. I don't know. I thought there was like a secret hidden something like here, because I remember building that area, and I thought that there... Oh, this might be it. Yeah, this might be it. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Yeah, this is just a random cave. So I think what we're going to go to last is probably the nether. There's not too much stuff in there, but we can definitely go in there and check it out. So this is where my nether portal was. So let's go ahead and jump through the nether portal. And you had this weird little animation going through the nether portal. It was kind of like almost instant back in the day. So we've got our nether wart farm right here, and then that's kind of about it. We didn't really build too much in here. We originally spawned right next to a fortress, which was pretty awesome. This is my original tower up. You can see it's pretty newbie. I mean, there's nothing too cool about it. And then I guess transformed it into a cobblestone staircase. So that is kind of basically all we really did in this world. So this world lasted several months. It lasted from probably all summer long of 2012, and then it probably ended around the end of 2012, probably beginning of 2013. And then throughout the time, like, this wasn't the only world that I was playing on, but this was my first original world, like my personal world. I would play on other worlds that my friends created as well, so that's kind of how I played back in the day. Like, I wouldn't just play on my own, I would play on a bunch of different people's worlds. So a lot of the builds that I had back in the day we can't get access to because all of them are on like random people's worlds, so they're not on my own world. But this is my one and only world that I have on Xbox Minecraft. So if you guys did enjoy today's video and would again like me to recreate this house right here in PC Minecraft, let me know down in the comment section below and on that like button as well. As always guys, I love you all. See you guys later. Peace out.